Are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Falcons coming up.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Alongside that feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
We're set for football, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
And when you start with listing a guy's accomplishments like Matt Ryan's, all these years in the league, of the league in completions and percentage, touchdowns each and every year, has won an MVP, taken his team to the Super Bowl. You're talking about a guy who might be finished, but he still has gas left in the tank. Big right arm, great leader, the face of his franchise.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run on first down. It's Turner, and they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. To throw is Ryan. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. On first down, Turner. Angelo Blackson there to bring him down. From the 34-yard line here, 2nd down and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Turner. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Turner. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
And here comes Ben Roethlisberger out onto the field ready to lead this Steeler offense.
And what a career we've seen from Ben Roethlisberger. Awfully consistent. Tough, durable, strong in the pocket. Great leader. A guy who stands in and throws it downfield. And has also added to his game the ability to get the ball out of his hands quickly and let his guys do work downfield.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pick.
And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Roethlisberger. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. He's got White here. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Roethlisberger. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 23, here's 2nd down and a yard. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
If you're going to take a shot downfield, 2nd and 1 is a perfect time to do it. If you're going to be in heavy run defense, you should have good windows to throw it downfield.
And it looked like there was something there right after the snap, but the defense able to recover. Good footwork at the 30. And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12.
Ball start.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him in this 1st half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And he slings one that's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the 1st half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Ryan. He finds Douglas complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Ryan. Man open, here is Jones. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. There he is again, another catch for Julio Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ryan. That's complete to White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Again, Ryan. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Now we're behind his man, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Joe Flacco, a touchdown pass in the victory. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Roethlisberger will throw. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's second and 9. Now Roethlisberger. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Now it's Ryan. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. It's Turner. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Here comes 3rd down and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Steelers offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll accept that penalty. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Conchery in motion right here.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule? Fourth quarter.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
The Falcons offense set to go. And at this stage, in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Douglas with a grab over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. Turner. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Play action. Ryan completes it to Douglas. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Ryan. Jones has it. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back.
Here's second down and 3.
To throw is Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gonzalez. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. Here's Ryan. He finds his man complete. It's Gonzalez.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Now Ryan. It's grabbed over the middle by White. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Gonzalez.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Falcons have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, and this is caught, and it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So Big Ben and the Steelers now down 16-13, 65 seconds remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Miller on the catch over the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Ben going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Roethlisberger. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
What a time to come up with a play like that. They're now in field goal range. But the opportunity is also there to try and win the game outright.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got it.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
107 yards rushing for him now to this point.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1.
And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Now Roethlisberger to throw.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's able to find Wallace. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Able to find Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. First throw in overtime now for Ryan.
Finds White.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He finds his man complete. That's Gonzalez. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Ryan.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he's got this down to the 35.
That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number, 920, almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80 catches away from 1,000. What a phenomenal achievement if he gets there, and I have no reason to believe he won't.
So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to potentially get out of here with a tie. And his kick is good. A gut-wrenching moment, but he's able to bang it through from long distance. And they match an earlier OT field goal with one of their own. Just a big-time kick there from a big-time kicker.
I like how you use big-time because we usually say that about position players, don't we? Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Well, that goes for kickers as well. And guess what? We're on to sudden death now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
So that will be it. And how about that to start a season, Charles? Both teams 0-0-1.
Say that again?
Yeah, 0-0-1.
That is not what you expect to see when you look at the box scores, right? When you look at the standings after a game like that. And do you really think they worked the whole summer, the whole offseason to come in week 1 and leave with a tie?
No, I don't. But, hey, I guess better than being 0-1-0.
Good point.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.